the inside. Well, we're about to have the conversation on Showbiz Review Extra. Showbiz Review, and it's proudly brought to you by Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone Papa Pafie, and the remix version still remains the same. Still CCTV cameras Papa Pafie. With that being said, Jake of Franco Trading Enterprise. Maybe help. Betway. You always get way more with Betway. And a topic for discussion this morning, tax elements of events in Ghana. How does it benefit the event organizer? Today I have the birthday man in the studio. Happy birthday. Hey, I don't know if say your name be Emmanuel. Oh, Bray man.
Okay, Bray is better than Ko.
Koi man. But Koi man be somewhere small.
Some people go there instead of say Oboyima.
No, but you need to choose one. Is Oboyima?
No, Brahima is better.
Brahima is better.
But Koyima.
Yima.
Jimanuel. The E for come. Happy birthday, Lexi.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to ask how old, but Charlie, if I do that, it be somewhere. You go fit.
Don't ask.
I shouldn't ask her.
That is a brother looking out for a brother.
Yeah. Supposed to be the bro code there.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. Lexi is in the building. Obi Amponsa is also here, and that's my G. My G is looking super fresh.
Oh, yes.
Is this the new image?
You see, the Lord spoke to me, Slim.
Okay.
Yeah,
What did he say?
Yeah, the Lord spoke to me and said, Obi, wherever your hair has gotten to, hold it.
You look like Priority.
Today, priority. Yesterday, they said that at KD. Yesterday, they said that at KD. Screw face. Today,
No, screw face, yes.
screw.
Screw face, yes.
Yeah.
That I can't do. No.
Thank
Have
you.
you seen that Arcadian recently?
What are you
Oh,
saying?
yeah, I've seen it.
But that's February.
So yeah, this I try to hold my hair. See,
You want the hairline to
I
remain the
mean,
same.
the forehead is there already. So why not emphasize it? Why not let people see it properly?
This is a fresh look.
But what do you think? What do you think of it?
You're looking
I like
so
it.
handsome.
I've been looking in the mirror for a while now. Like now, of late, when I look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, nigga.
I wish, but if wishes were horses,
I mean, yeah, you know.
Emfa.
So would you know?
Tell me, yes, say, na me bo hard here.
You are saying.
Get onto Facebook right now and see the new look for Obi. Obi possess new look. Facebook is it. Hey, Charlie.
Lower torso.
Bro.
Lower
no be
torso.
so. You say if I see people with hair party, then they do
Oh, Charlie.
Slim, very soon I'll get to your level. Don't worry. It's coming.
Yeah, Lexi is coming.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, it is possible.
But
Last time we said it's possible.
It wasn't possible.
But let me welcome you to the studios. How are you guys doing?
Oh, good.
I am good. I'm feeling graceful, The calls, then the test coming through. It started yesterday. They put a surprise birthday prank on me. And it really worked. They told me one of our friends is having a birthday party and they need me around. And actually, they added me to the planning committee. So I was all part of the whole process of planning the whole thing, not knowing it was for my birthday.
Oh, okay.
And I showed up and I saw a lot of industry folks there to support me. And I really appreciate it.
Oh.
My entire life, I think this is the first time, right?
Yeah. First
time
having
having
a birthday party.
Being thrown a birthday party?
Yeah.
Oh.
And you know he's 47, so you can imagine, man.
For over 47 years,
Yeah,
you've never been given Bona biscuit and Fanta before.
Oh, Bona.
Bona biscuit.
Before Bona.
You've never been given anything like that before.
Oh, I buy it for myself, but for people to go the extent of being thoughtful and planning something to celebrate me, I've never.
And you showing appreciation is a plus, because some people don't really like to.
Big shout outs to man like Obi.
Oh, stop it.
Man like Obi Amposa, the Charterhouse of Ghana event planner.
That's my fish upper.
But I'm asking, how is it how you want to celebrate your birthday? Is it something that you've ever thought about? Say, oh, Charlie, one day if I get some
to party.
to party. There's a party and there's a party.
I feel like when you work to a certain level and you build a pool of friends within a certain class, you would want to celebrate not just you, but the achievements you've done for yourself, like made for yourself, with regards to even the friends you've made within years like of working. So at some point, maybe Slim would not mind buying me a Range Rover.
I mean,
and it
at
won't
your
cost him
birthday,
anything.
you
Yeah,
know.
and
It's just a drop in the ocean.
As a matter of fact, let me just call my guys at the dealership right now.
Do that. Nah, let's the car need dear Slim.
What's this?
Let's the car.
Hello,
What's the name? I know I started boy money.
Oh boy,
fanboy.
Dealer na call.
I can't temper.
The man is Vela back. Why? About where I found
I say on my day.
Vela.
Vela day.
Range Rover. Vela.
Range Rover.
Hey.
Vela.
Yeah. So nimu.
They say when you time they range and buy you na air conditioner.
Range is you
Then they say, and na meet you na my really ad na cost. And they show them.
Yes.
But trotro for obi a twa man no hwe no mo boom
Yeah.
too. Which I mean, show am there.
At that point, a microwave.
If
now,
you at mo marry.
At that point, you are using a microwave.
Yeah, at the point me I just lowered it. I was like, number can be amonka.
Simple.
Oh yeah. I
Simple.
just lowered it.
But you guys had an amazing Dirty December.
Oh yeah.
You kicked off with your event at Bukom Boxing Arena.
Yeah.
And you also had
UPSA.
UPSA. Amazing, two amazing shows.
Yeah.
But or bet. I mean, for social media users, most of them are commending you people for introducing. In fact, you've actually held the fort when it comes to stand-up comedy in Ghana. And I personally would like to give you guys your flowers.
Thank you.
My me being
You being a comedian.
me being close to. I'm not a comedian.
Slim, you're a
Slim.
comedian.
About what I tell
Don't
you.
ever say
I
that.
don't have the
Hey,
skill.
The comedy
Slim.
you do with Shatter fans.
Unless you people decide to teach me.
Oh,
you
Slim, you
teach
don't
me.
need any
No,
mentorship.
Slim.
You are
You
good.
people teach
on,
me
Slim.
small.
Yes, Slim.
Give me the skill how to drop a punchline, how to
They
set
give
it
some
up.
a baby. If they want, if you
Slim.
give some a baby,
Come on, man. Come on.
That is the means that womanize on the subject. but me being close to you guys, understanding the issues within the community and how you've been able to elevate it to this level, I'm super proud. Very, very proud for to see OBC Charlie 10 years down the line. Charlie, me, forget it. I'm not doing these numbers anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to an arena like that. I wanted to come, but I knew that some of the people who are looking for me will be there. So I mean, me backstage, me call online. So because not almost to tell me. The UPS too amazing, but how was it feeling like? Let me start with you, Lexi. How was it feeling like the preparing for an event like that? I know the thought process, but how was it personally to go onto that tangent? Say, Charlie, I'm going to UPS. I'm going to fill that place.
Okay, so the idea of going to UPSA wasn't something that I wanted to really do. I wanted to do Bukom Arena.
Okay.
That was the plan. But when I went there, so originally I've been doing my show at the National Theatre.
Yes.
But they said within that week that I've registered for my show, they wanted to celebrate Ifwa Sutherland.
Okay.
So I didn't get the venues. I said, okay, fine. It's been a dream to do the Bukom Arena. I went there. They also came up with the excuse that day there will be a boxing fixture. And there was no way they are going to choose an entertainment show for what the arena was originally built
Designed
for.
for, yeah.
So I'm looking around. I scouted. If you decide to do an event in Ghana, that's when you know we don't have event centers. Like we don't have enough. So I resorted to UPSA. But the concept of the show really corresponded with the venue because around that time all political parties were doing their launch at that very venue, and my show had this political connotation. The New Falls.
Yeah.
The idea was I was scared.
Even the publicity.
Because I remember
I saw the branding in town.
I did the billboards and there were days that Obi would call me like I remember he said that what like one day is kind of like all send is that I'm with him when I'm like I say Ghana the only politicians, you know. Then he knew every September I do my show, so he came back and was like, "No, Lexi, you say you do your show."
Was the suit in there? Was the suit in the flyer?
Yeah, because the suit we got it from a friend.
Yeah,
On his
we all-
birthday.
So you did not even know that
No,
it was
his wedding.
No, he had not told me. So
okay.
I saw the flyer. I was like, Kwame, are you sure this New Force
It's not
is
you.
not you? He was like, no. Does he have the money? And I was like, yeah, because he they owe me. So if he says he doesn't have the money, I'm like, yeah. And so I didn't know until like when.
Yeah, I think 2 days to the event, You came over and I said, it is me.
No, it was because he needed a lift.
Yeah.
So he needed
my car had a challenge.
he needed me to drop him at where he would do his press conference. And then he was like, Charlie, I'm the new false. I was like,
Yeah.
Wow. I was blown away because the publicity scheme was
The
beautiful.
rollout, everything.
It was
on
beautiful.
point.
He had people publicizing his thing for him, even without begging them to.
Yeah.
And it's rare to have that in Ghana.
Tapping into the new force, how dangerous or how easy was it for you?
So when the billboards came up for like 4 days, I realized people were not responding to it. I'm like, so is it I wasted money or what? Then I saw George Quinn make a post about it that like what is going on. Then I saw me out there. Then it started picking. Then people started sending me. So my team they were scouting online to see people posting it. Then I said, no, there are some people that on a random day they will not post about me, but they were just doing it for free. They were posting. I saw multimedia like doing a whole story, morning show. They were discussing mainstream political shows. What freaked me out at some point, and I got scared, was when they were attributing it to Chairman Woon to me. They said he was the one paying, and I said no. Now this thing is getting extreme. Like
that was the background I was coming from, because I also saw online several political parties jumping on it to make it look like, because before during the campaign season, before the election, the new force were seen or tagged as a group that would be the third force to Ghana's political. And Charlie, for somebody to ridicule it or it's false, hey Charlie,
even the guy who
members of
you had balls,
coming
man.
the guy
supporters of Cheddar were coming out.
the guy who paid. I paid to mount the billboard. Told me, do I have lawyers? Because when issues pop up, he will not be there to defend me. I have to come in and take the responsibility for them. And I said, and I have a great team. They are they take risk. No matter how, if the idea is wow, they are like, why not?
Why not?
Like, let's go for it. Big shout outs to man like Eric Tosca, Albert Bonda, Jessica Kasa, Caleb, George. Like they are these fantastic young brains that I'm working with. Then Roland Amati. Then we went all out with the project, and it went really well. This time around, I realized that the class of audience that came were different from the usual that I always. You could clearly see that it was different.
And what do you attribute that to?
I would say probably because of the circumstances around that time, because there was a lot of tension, and the mystery behind the whole new force. People wanted to know what was going on, and I think the venue too contributed to it, for like change of environment. Okay, you've been doing that. Is the problem with entertainment. I keep saying that when we keep doing when you as an artist, when you keep doing a particular venue for a long time, now your fans are not blown.
It becomes stale.
Okay, what is new? But the moment you say, okay, I'm taking the show to a different jurisdiction. I keep saying that the O2 Arena, let me extend this conversation. The O2 Arena, for instance, I feel if we say we will do it, we'll do it, because we have more than 50,000 Ghanaians in UK. There are some people that have heard about O2 Arena or O2 Indigo, but they never went there until a Ghanaian decided to do a show there. So probably there are people who would want to go to O2 Arena, but they are not fans of Chris Brown. They are not fans of, but it will take one of their own. We never knew we could do Bukom Arena. And it will shock you that it's somebody's first time
of being
going to Bukom Arena. Like, okay, finally there is a reason for me to go, because OB is the reason why I am going to Bukom Arena. So if we take it upon ourselves to take certain challenges. So when I did it, I realized that no, a certain class of people, I think they like that kind of sitting arrangement, because I did more tables. I gave it a different touch altogether, and they really liked it.
Lexi is in the building. Obi Aposa is also here. The new force. Very, very, very tough name for a comedian to do that. But as you do, have you had the opportunity of meeting our very own Nana Bediako?
I reached out to people I thought were close to him. They would tell you, oh, no. Even some journalists that I knew were working with him. Like, I can link. The next minute you test them, you don't get any feedback. Because I wanted him to come. I'll use this opportunity to thank Alan Cash and his vice. Actually, the vice came to watch the show. He came to watch the show, but I wanted to get Cheddar to also come and watch the show, but he never.
Sure.
I never got the opportunity to extend an invite to him because the people around him didn't make it possible. And also, after the show too, I haven't had the opportunity to meet him.
You've not heard anything from
I
him?
would love to, but I've not had. If only
You've
he
not
would-
heard anything from him?
from
and his
him.
team?
No, nobody, nothing. Maybe someday the Tigers. Yeah, I'll hear from the Tigers.
What a sight it will be. We'll call you one day to say, oh, Lexi, you did a new force, eh?
Let's take a stroll on my compound.
Okay, I want to introduce you to somebody. Chico.
Oh yes,
Senior Most George.
I got it. I got it.
Aboniti. New image. This is.
I think that's what you should also do.
Yeah.
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 Image bureau.
Waboti.
Member my so team.
Hey.
There's a difference between Waboti.
Mo kan the intimate sign LGBTQI bill.
Why? I look LGBT now.
Menkasa.
This is cross-dressing.
No.
No.
Now that then I
And
person
your
catch
man
that
on
KD.
That
Then I person catch scroll face.
That's Lumba.
What do you want to tell that Lumba? Right now?
Charles Samoa.
If you want to talk to Lumba, talk to Lumba direct.
I have mentors.
Shaker.
I have mentors.
And your bad man. What's the deeper kakra?
Oh, thank you. That's
That's the new look.
Oh, this is it. This is
Who
it.
say a doctor there?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nilantaya.
New force.
Yeah, that's a good brand.
Chairman Kwe is in the building. We're still
Yes,
continuing.
yes, yes.
But let me ask you, Obi, how was it? I'm preparing for. I think I had a podcast session with
Yeah,
you before,
yeah.
before the whole thing, and maybe the emotional stress and all that, trying to target a venue as big as the Bukom Boxing Arena. That's some. You got balls.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
got balls, man.
I feel like I'm when it comes to like the new generation.
I'm coming all this while you had no balls.
No, but you know balls.
What were you playing with?
Where you use them, then it means you
Okay,
have
you
them.
have the
you know.
balls, okay.
Yeah, you could have them
Adenchi Coleti.
Okay.
like footballs. You know,
Volleyballs.
volleyballs,
Tennis balls.
tennis balls, golf balls.
Yeah, all balls.
Montuaso.
But you got them.
Yeah, I'm a baller. So, on that balling note, before we set that ball rolling, in fact, I was a little scared. Not a little scared, very scared. Because for me, I feel like I like to push the line. I like to see how far we can go. So it actually started with the Snap Cinema first show I did there. I was like, Charlie, I need to do a comedy special. I've written about an hour of jokes and I've performed them. Why don't I put them together and have my fans come listen? And that actually set a pace for. After that, Lexi also did his first comedy special. And so from there, we did Snap Cinema twice.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, we are done. Let's move to National Theatre. Where we went to do Popular But Broke there. We did Ghanaian by Card there as well. 2 shows at the National Theatre. The next time, I was like, okay, so why don't we... Okay, so then that was last 2 years, I went to Sunyani. So, okay, my next special I'm going to do in a different place, which is not Accra. Yeah. Then I went to do JSS there. Then, for my 10th anniversary, we're actually considering a lot of spaces, but we couldn't get them. And so we settled.
You also had issues with.
Oh, yeah.
spaces.
In fact, National Theatre, when the year starts, is booked. Oh, yeah.
That's true.
You won't get it.
Really?
If you go to National Theatre and
Today is what, 20th January?
Yes,
you won't get
you
a
won't
date
get
at
it.
National Theatre.
You don't get any date.
You
won't
get a
get-
Saturday.
You can get a weekend.
Yeah, you
don't
get a
weekend.
weekend.
Maybe the car park.
If you want Monday, Tuesday, you get. You can
Yeah,
lose.
Monday, Tuesday you get.
You really
By
can
weekends,
Amazing.
it is booked because there are traditional shows there. Like Uncle Ebo has his date, Latif, George Quay has his date.
Mekra,
Okra has his
struggle.
date.
Yeah, we are struggling.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
All struggle.
National Theatre here.
All struggle.
Yeah,
Still.
yeah.
So we have had to settle. In fact, for December this year, we couldn't get a single date.
Wow.
2025.
Yeah, and we put in our requests
Early.
middle last year. They hadn't opened
Yeah.
the books for this year when we put in our requests. And by the time the requests were open by the end of last year, some were already long gone.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a
National
December.
Theatre.
So
We
yeah,
don't have venues though.
when we tried National Theatre, it was booked. So, and I remember I had a conversation with Lexi about Buku Marina. In fact, Lexi had always wanted to do that space. So I was shocked he didn't go ahead to do it. So for the 10th anniversary, I was like, Charlie, it will be better to do it in this place, like a 4,000 seater, or a place where people are around you. And so I shot the idea to Kofi Adinkra of African Arts Network. Yeah, and that guy believed in it, and then went to pay for the. He went to pay for the venue. Like, yeah, he took money from his pockets and paid. That was where I was like, yo, okay, then I have to be serious about this. Yeah, and so 21st December was booked for us, and it happened. What shocked me was when I got to the place. I got to the place around 8:30, and the whole car park like was filled up. Like, people couldn't get place. People were parking in the street, like
Crazy.
in the middle of.
They were creating their own
Oh my
parking
goodness!
spaces.
I was blown away, and
People
then
parked, I think, to Kolebu.
yeah,
Yeah, the parking
yeah,
got to Kolebu.
it was
yeah.
crazy.
From Bukom to
Now that's far.
Yeah, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, wow, Ghana comedy pulling a crowd like this. A friend called me and told me that, look, if even this was a free event, you killed it.
Yeah.
Because like the number of people that showed up on that day and the caliber of people that we pulled to the Bukom Arena, it was different. And so it was a proud moment for all Ghanaian comedians. I actually wanted everybody I had met in my growth, in my Ghanaian career growth, to be there. So we had foreigners from Botswana who had met in Zambia when I went for a show there, come perform. As we had people we met at a comedy club in Ohio. Came to perform. A friend I met in London also came to perform. So, and then the Ghanaian comedians had that feel of performing in an arena. And Slim, that was one of the best times.
Charlie 360 laughter.
The show started late.
Everybody they laugh.
Yeah. The show started late because our setup, the previous people who had done the show, they left their setup there. So we had to clear theirs.
You have to tear down
That, and then build
set
ours.
your-
Yeah, and so we started a little late. But Lexi the comic held the mic as the MC of the event, and everybody forgot. They were setting up the stage, but nobody was watching the stage. They were watching Lexi for about an hour and a half. He held them down until the main show started. So it was just
Big
a
ups to the
beautiful
birthday
time.
boy.
Yeah.
Big ups to the birthday.
Whose birthday?
Lexi.
Oboyima.
Today's your birthday.
Yeah, 47.
Oboyima.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, you me free dream.
And come out.
Let me have a shepherd.
African comedy.
I mean, sure.
Sure,
Look,
nah.
a year by this time, you guys will be taking over the globe.
Amen.
I mean, look, these gentlemen here, I'm not surprised. Especially when you call them spontaneously. And when they are not prepared is when they even give their best performances. And I'm not kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Look, I remember the show we did for Dan Kwekwe. Lexi was not supposed to be on the bill. I don't know what happened. For some strange reason, I thought he was on the bill when I saw him there. I just saw, where is he? He gave him the marijuana, Charlie. Just like that, he killed it. He killed it. This
He
much
has
to say,
material
there was
for days.
when I was with Jazz House, there was one of our comedy shows. The year before, he has messed up. He had messed up.
Bombed.
Oh, he had messed up bad. So the following year, he was just backstage. He came with them. It was just there. And the show was running late. I think one of the comedians was late, and I needed some 15-minute slot. And I was there. You ready? He said, give me the mic. Charlie.
That's a mark of
Oh,
a
no,
professional. That's a
yeah.
mark of a
Yeah,
professional.
yeah. And
The
ever
first
since
touch of the
that
ball, you need to say this guy he go football.
Ever since that day.
But let me ask you guys.
Slim, if we do that, then we also have to applaud George.
Show some love to the boss man.
Whatever it is.
So I remember my first time performing on the Chatterhouse platform, Thousand Laughs. He came to watch me on DKB's show.
Yeah.
That time they had already bailed all the comedians for the show.
Yeah.
So after my performance, I remember so well. He came to kneel close to where I was seated, and he was like,
Squat or kneel?
Squat.
Height into women. I was standing. I was actually standing. But height into women.
All right, so he asked me, are you up for the... Okay, so he came to ask me, am I up for it? Like, this is the dream. Like, I would want to perform on it. And when I came on the show too, I remember the money they gave to me. I wanted to, Ghana, after everything, you have to tip whoever gave it. He said, no, you need it. Wow. He didn't take any money from me. And he placed me the last batch one before, I think, Basket Mouth or whoever. And I was a new chap, and he believed in me.
Prime time slot.
Honestly, I feel George Quaye knows how to place people. He knows how to arrange acts. He will place you at a point where you know that when you go, this was the right time for me to go on stage. He knows how to read the energy in the room and put you there. Amazing. And my first comedy special at the National Theatre, I resorted to him that he should help me pull up that show.
He did it himself, don't mind.
Then Then I think at some point there was too much pressure because he had a show to do. So at some point I need to put the pressure on me and do some of the things on my own. But the logistics bit and all, he did it. After everything, he said, now you are an event organizer, so go ahead and do your event. Said after that, I put up
A true enabler.
Yeah. And I registered my event company. I built a team together and we started.
Fantastic. Let me ask you guys this before we
Why
move on
didn't we
to-
clap for George Quay?
No, we clap for him.
Oh, you can make it. Let's hear the mumu.
George say more than that.
Yeniska. Party here.
Can you get Teddy?
And a party here. Now, let me ask you guys, what do you think Ghanaian comedians are doing right this time?
Don't ask the comedians.
Okay, let me ask the businessman.
Not even from a business perspective, it's from a growth perspective.
Okay.
They are eager to grow and they are eager to make a statement. You know, for many years, people, including myself, used to go hard at them. That Charlie, these guys are not they are not up in their game, they are not meeting the
They're
standard.
not there yet.
Because I had been exposed to a lot of Nigerian comedians and I saw how these guys put in the work. Basket Mouth has a team of about 20 people. What are they doing? They are sitting down doing nothing. They are just looking for stories and they are just scripting stuff. You understand? So I was coming from that point of view that, look, our guys needed to up their game. And around that time, there weren't a lot of many stand-up shows like this. And that was what we did wrongly as enablers. You are not giving the people platforms and you are saying they are not doing well. So when the platform started coming, and what these guys did for themselves is this comedy club thing that they do, and the way they hold each other down. Some time back, I said those of us practicing theater, we should not compete, but we should collaborate. A lot of people didn't get me. That is what these comedians are doing, and that's what they are doing right. So now they are working harder, they are investing in themselves more, and they are creating. When the platform is not there, they create their own platforms. And now they've created a lot of their own platforms and their brands. Almost every lead Ghanaian comedian now has his own show. Obi has his, Lexi has his, Jacinta has his, Foster has his, Jumo, they all have their shows. You understand me? And if you are a comedian and you do not have your own show, then where else are you going to express yourself? So these guys have shown that hunger and desire to grow. I don't think it's more the money for them. Eventually, these are the things that tend to money. But what I have seen is that hunger and desire to grow. And Charlie, they are doing too well.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We are brushing.
You are doing what?
We are brushing.
Who Brazilian? You with your hairline.
Hey, moonwalk.
But let me
headline.
ask George Quay this.
Yeah.
On social media, people are advocating for the next night of 1,000 laughs or 1,026 or 1,027 or 8 should be a night where we can actually have a feel of only Ghanaian comedians on stage. Do you agree to that?
You know, these gentlemen have been to where have you guys performed? You've been to Nigeria, you've been to South Africa, you've been to Rwanda.
America and all that.
These are other people's shows that they are invited to. We sit here and we talk African unity. We talk. I hear now every African can come to Ghana, and all those things. We want to grow one continent, one family. So why do we necessarily want to fixate it on just us? What we should rather be saying is that let's have more of them and less of them.
Okay.
You understand? So if
But
the
not
show,
keep them completely out of
if the show is probably being headlined by Lexi or Obi or Foster or Jacinta or whoever, then you have all the others, and then maybe you have one or two Nigerians coming in to support.
Okay.
Like Jacinta shows, she's consistently, I think, had a Nigerian come to support, which is not a bad idea. But to cut them off totally, then what space are we building? Are we also going to say that if there's a big comedy show in Nigeria, people should not be invited? Or if there's a big comedy show in South Africa, people should not be invited? Or in Rwanda or wherever? They need to spread their wings. They need to conquer territories. You understand? If all this digital media is going to make money, it would only work for them if they are known in other countries. If they go to, say, Uganda and they kill it, and they announce they are digitals, they grow a fan base. The fan base expands. So when they post their stuff, the more viewers, the more subscribers, and all that, then it's turning into cash. So then they start looking beyond the stage for money.
Okay.
So let us rather find ways where we can create a lot of what these Nigerians that we bring here does for them is it creates collaboration.
Yeah.
You understand? And these are things they can leverage. For instance, if what's his name? Any of these Nigerian acts that Charterhouse brings every year. Bovi, I think Bovi came last year. Bovi, but if they are doing their shows and they've created this nice network, this connect, and they can invite them to come, Charlie, I did do my show. You go pass through. There are Ghanaians in Nigeria. There are Nigerians in Ghana.
Yeah.
There are Ghanaians in the UK. When I was coming, I was listening. I think one of you mentioned O2.
Yeah.
You know, we are everywhere. You understand? So let us not be overly fixated. Let's rather say, look, where the show has gotten to and where our guys have perfected their act to, let us have more of them and less. Because, trust me, for Charterhouse as well, it's better business if it is only Ghanaians.
Okay.
Because you have to bring in a Nigerian, even if he's charging you just the same amount. If Obi is charging, say, 50,000, and the Nigerian is also charging $50,000 equivalent, Obi will not charge you for accommodation because he lives here.
transportation, yeah.
He will not charge you for transport. But these ones, you now have to fly the person. You now have to accommodate the person. You now have to probably give per diem for feeding and all that. So it would cost Charterhouse a lot more. So it makes economic sense to have a full Ghanaian set. However, is it good enough for the industry? Is it good enough for them?
And also for
That's the
even
thing.
international projection and all that. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah, when you
Exactly.
have, and I think Chris Waddle made a statement some time back, and me, I moved to hard. And when he was talking about, I think the Global Citizen show where Asha had his set, and in his set they had Tiwa and Oxlade performing, and he was of the view that the Ghanaian artist should have also been in that set. I was thinking that Charlie, you were you were virtually on the same stage with them, so why advocate for being on the
It
set?
doesn't even work. Do you know how they got on?
Yes.
Asha's
So
set?
I was thinking,
Look, recently I Shatawale just returned from Jamaica, having performed with Vibes Cartel.
That's my best friend.
And I heard some people saying that, oh, it's not a big deal. Shatawale, he paid for himself. So what?
Yeah.
If you are, I said this on YouTube the other day, and I'll say it, if you're an artist of any kind, be you a poet, be you a comedian, be you a musician, be you an actor, producer, whatever, and you're not willing to invest in your own craft, you're an idiot.
Capital I O.
Should I repeat that?
Yes.
If you're an artist
Repeat
and you're
that,
not
uncle.
willing to invest in your own craft, you are an idiot. You know one of the most successful products in the world?
Tell me.
Coca-Cola. Do you know they also advertise more than any other product?
Exactly. Yeah.
So they are investing in themselves.
Even YouTube advertising.
Yes.
YouTube.
Yes.
Even DSTV. It's advertising on
So if Shatawale took his own money to create that platform, go and look at his numbers ever since that Vibes Cartel mention and appearance. Do you know what it's going to do for his brand?
a lot of
You're sitting here
Position him
crying
nice.
that
He's on
some
Billboard, number
Nigerians,
35
yes,
on
some
Billboard.
Nigerians appeared on Asha Raymond's set. Do you know the backdoor conversations that went on for that to happen?
Yeah.
You also knew they were coming here. What did you do?
So for Chris,
Actually, I agree. Yeah.
for Chris, he was saying that Ghanaians should have been advocated to be on that set.
Advocated by
on that. So that's where he was coming from. But I did not understand him. I was like, oh, some more platform. So we perform, Jackie performing,
Yeah.
and after Jackie, I think 2 or 3 performances
So
before.
you could have put.
Yeah. But then that was how I realized that the international spotlight would definitely be on Asha and his set. So being plugged into that set is a little bit different of being on the same stage.
And America said, do you know the conversations that went
come
on
on.
behind the door? Would you be surprised? For all you know, maybe somebody paid. Look, Asha Raymond, this is your set. I want to pay you $500,000 for this act to be. It's business.
So how do we activate some of these
Exactly, that's
conversations
what
for
I was
our artists?
So projection.
That is where we should not start by saying, let's not bring the Nigerians anymore. The first thing is to meet the person and create a network, create a connect. What Charterhouse has done for these guys is created a big platform. When they are here, they are all backstage. You see the basket mouth, everybody. They are all at the same backstage. What are you doing with that opportunity? You understand? Because it will be difficult for me now to say, oh, Slim DJ, this is DJ Neptune. Maybe from time to time we may do that introductions. But beyond that, you have seen, and you see, that is one thing I like about Nigerian artists. They move. Charlie, no be Osharemon, we go greet. They will agree. They will do whatever it is. Moku Google tell you for light ground now. You know that.
I'ma
thing
show
they do.
something.
Yeah, I'ma show you for light ground now. Oga, Charlie, I
well
dey feel
done,
you
no.
long time. No be today.
time.
Oga, this you see my phone. No be your song be this. No, maybe he had just downloaded them 5 minutes ago. He needs to impress.
Energy.
That guy.
He needs to impress. He needs to create a bonding. He needs to create an. You understand? What a Charterhouse can do for you is to put you on the same stage with a basket mouth. The rest of it has to be you. And pay you. It's important. If Charterhouse goes beyond that and says, "Now let me create a network. Let me create and make sure that you also go and pay," that is them. That is different. But the rest, it's all up to you.
but-
that is where management also comes in.
Mr. George.
Mr. Singh.
Okay.
Jarov.
Okay. Mr. Quay.
Hey, what's that?
On Pemista.
So in a situation whereby foreigners come, like comedians from outside come to Ghana, especially the Steve Harveys and recently we had
Yeah.
DC
Another
DC Flyboy came
Yeah.
to Ghana.
Yeah.
We saw him.
Yeah.
And I know very well there were Ghanaians around these people,
Yeah.
and they know this guy thrives in a certain industry.
Yeah.
I remember when Dave Chappelle came to Ghana, we literally had to go to the gate and
We didn't get tickets.
We
We
didn't get
actually
tickets.
formed a queue outside. A-list comedians.
A-list comedian.
I think when
Which is
but-
sad.
when artists come to
Which is
Ghana,
sad. Which is sad.
the right people need to meet them.
Okay, so I was driving a conversation for Bozu to answer that projection wise, let's say Charterhouse, this is the level of projection that they can give to creatives in our sector. But industry stakeholders, what are some of the things that we can also do to project the people that we have? Because it's an ecosystem where everybody
Don't go too far. There's a Ghanaian problem, which is a problem from birth. We're too humble. We're not loud enough. You see, and it affects us. We become very laid back in all that we do. And again, I like to use Shatawale as an example because people don't understand that brand very well. Look, when you go about and say it is all hype, it's all settings, it's say, yes, showbiz is all about settings. Showbiz is hype.
settings.
Fake it till you make it.
Exactly.
Look, these gentlemen here are doing great. Yeah. And we can always go a little further to find out, okay, who's the one bringing Dave Chappelle? Don't ask for just a meeting. I want to host Dave Chappelle to lunch. I'm throwing a big party for Dave Chappelle. Oh, Koji Loan crowd, party now, Koji Loan fire. That is what a Nigerian would do. Or you have heard of Steve Harvey, for instance. Steve Harvey, you may know, maybe go to Beyond the Return office, find them, Charlie. Look, and because all these acts came through this Beyond the Return initiative and all that, and we know what their office is. Annabelle, she's there. Go look. And when we go making it look like we want to just, no, look, I'm throwing a big party for Dave Chappelle, blah, 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 on this day at this. Look for a high profile place and all that. Create that bonding, that network. It may cost you, but that is what it takes. Obiam Ponsa hosts Steve Harvey to
Dave
lunch.
Chappelle will happen. It will happen.
You know, or Lexi the Comments hosts Dave Chappelle to lunch. That alone. Do you know what you've done for your brand? You understand me?
I mean,
It
when
will
you,
cost.
when you mention it that
It
way,
will cost.
but even
but it will
no,
cost.
but George, the thing is, even to get in touch with the person doing that, no, it's a bit.
Minim say a whole denkakra.
Yeah,
And that is
for
why
us-
for me the closest place I can mention is probably the Beyond the Return office.
Yeah,
Look,
but for Michael Blackson, you meet him at Beyond. the
no,
Return.
you will not meet
Michael Blackson, you
at Beyond the
try
Return.
as Michael Blackson when he comes to Ghana. It's not for comedy.
The first time Michael Blackson came to Ghana to perform was on a Charterhouse platform. It was one of the 1,000 Laugh series.
He performed.
Yes, he performed.
Hey.
I was MC that year. Yes.
No, I think he.
Yes, I was MC that year. Michael Blackson performed. I think it was the last one Charterhouse held at the conference center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or one of those. He did perform. You
After
understand?
that,
I
I mean-
recall very, very well. After him, Ifia came on stage. I remember that show very well. You know, so and he was there. There were Ghanaian comedians on that platform too.
No, but George, Michael
Oh,
has
no,
met
Michael-
us. I don't
Michael
know if
has
you-
met-
Like if he meets you, he doesn't even see. Like you talk to him and mention your name today, and like
You have
and
to
then-
introduce yourself every
Michael
time.
Blackson. He's
And
here
like I
for
said,
AY Puyo
again, you
and,
see, again, it
ladies.
is look because where you guys have gotten to now, there's a certain level of swag. You need to step the swag up.
Oh no.
You see, maybe. Okay, let me
Okay.
learn.
Okay.
And like I said, showbiz is all about hypo.
You need the
It's all
settings.
about the yes.
Yes.
You need the settings.
Yeah.
If you are showing up, you need to show up. For instance, Ghana Movie Awards just happened over the weekend. I wasn't there. I was looking at some of the reviews and stuff. If I were any of these gentlemen and where this brand has gotten to and I'm going now, even if I have to go and rent some limo or something, make an appearance.
If I make a statement.
Tell them make a statement. That is what you are.
See, can you
Make a statement. Look, it doesn't matter that they'll say, you see, the interesting thing about showbiz is that they don't care.
Yes.
You understand? And the bloggers are there. They'll say, Obi and Ponsa arrives in a brand new.
And then they range in a bag.
Hey,
Range in a bag. Just air conditioner.
But it's still within the range.
you know, because you see, when you call certain things on yourself and you live a certain, it escalates you into a certain level.
Okay.
You understand? It escalates you into what shall I say, baby, I mean, me hype na into me any statement, defy, ubiancho. But when you want to command a certain network, a certain connect, Charlie, you need to do it.
So these two wonderful
tagging them on Twitter is not enough.
Do you know the number of people tagging them? Do you know the number of, even me, my DM right now, they are over 10,000 a day. Then I'm making me away. And then you want Dave Chappelle's DM.
That is why you haven't seen my text.
Yeah, my DM.
T-Pain be in the DM. Someday T-Pain actually enter in DM and say, hey,
yeah.
Since they there.
T-Wa Savage, you know, that's no rich. But I understand this. Let's move into our main conversation today. We're looking at tax.
Yeah.
And
A tour.
A tour. A tour there, yeah.
A tour there,
a tour na near the year coin. A tour na ne boa bang. Monya Kanea. And we are saying a tour.
Yes.
Imagine if somebody just chant on this one when says all kind of tax.
Is it Ochim too? Oh, yeah.
And we are saying that's our tour and found so when you can't.
A tour, Bibia.
For any argument.
And on my mobile, I was at a tour, Yemre, money pay to me, a tour.
And the other say in share Victoria Hammer.
What would be
a 7 year? Folks, we are live on Facebook right now. Come through. We're about to get into the main discussion. Let's Mami Musa. Tax, event tax. I think the last time we had a conversation, Bosu, you were talking about some of the issues that or the challenges that you faced dealing with the GRA on tax issues with respect to your events. And most of the time, you know, trying to find a way to get to a certain level of compromise. We'll be able to move along. Now, after the guys in blue at the gate taking their fair share.
Reflectors.
Yeah. The benefit, the brain industry, you know, we want to look at it today. But mostly, you guys are all event organizers. Do you make money from your events? Have you been able to record profit from any of your events?
Shortest in front.
I will talk first. I mean, no. My previous, I don't mind. I mean, they just ended one. I made a loss. I made a loss of about 40,000 cedis.
Yep. 400 million.
Yeah, 40,000. We now. I feel them for can 40,000 cedis. I go fear the incredible dance. Excel sheet. Be out to say
you didn't Excel.
How do if you not Excel on Excel, how do you explain this coefficient to?
So yeah, I mean, I've done 5 comedy specials. No,
0 profit.
Yeah, that is where George Quay mentions the investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Comes back into this,
and all these are ticketed events, right?
Yeah. So to answer your question simply, no, we don't make
nothing.
No.
0.
I think the first one I broke even, but subsequent ones I didn't make anything. You know, even the last one I still owe some people, including multimedia. I won't sit here and lie. And I know maybe the accountant will be waiting for me outside.
They have this LPM here that we should call people who are owing.
Check if my name is.
That's the game I'm reselecting. What's the name of your company?
Too cute and
too cute to be.
Oh, the character.
It's not easy because looking at the investment you put into the show, and if, doing events is like a gamble. You can put all the resources together, but you are just hopeful that the people you are appealing to will show up so you can get your money back. So if the people don't turn up like the way you envisioned, meaning you are running into zeros.
The same way you talking, I won't cry, sir.
It's sad, but the tax man doesn't care. As far as he saw people there, you need to pay money off whatever. And it's unfortunate that now we don't even get enough sponsors, because those who have the money to sponsor our event, we now have laws that is actually telling them not to sponsor certain and even like use celebs as influencers, like the alcoholic beverages, the betting companies. They would have come through for us. So if the sponsorship, we have it there, the pool of sponsorship is there, that you can actually use some to fund some of these things. Then you are cool to go. But you don't have that, so you are solely dependent on your gate proceeds, which the tax man is also expecting about 21.9 something % of it. So basically, I would say that I've been working for the government. I put my resources together, do everything, and at the end of the day, I just hand over my profit to the government.
Part-time civil servant.
Wow.
Charlie, I won't cry, sir. I remember 2009, Jegate had this hit song, My Lady. Banging in Kumasi, like big time. Charlie, tech boy, final year. I won't cash out, then leave the school. So report whole week. I spoke to Jegate and the team, and they were like, Charlie Slim, once you hold us down for Kumasi, they will go come perform for you. Unfortunately, couple of months to the main event, my man fly out, go day Yankee. So getting him to the event, I have to fly him back into the country. Final year student too, Charlie.
Hey.
I fly my man to Kumasi. I fly him to Kumasi. Dalet. KNUST pool, main event, black and yellow pool party.
Kaish.
With Jegate. I still have the flyer. That may be an sukakra. We ready 2 minutes, more 1 minute. So, short story. To cut a short story long.
Yeah, short story long.
My man got to the grounds. Charlie, people they come. Charlie, I did there. I did watch the road talk. I don't know, bro. Finally, nobody showed up. I for go pick my man. Go past the school inside small, make people see. Say,
this thing.
That was the mistake I did. Because as you go past there, then start take pictures with them. I don't know.
We are not showing you.
Obama cry 0.
Oh,
Bro. I had to trail some courses because of that. I was affected.
Bro,
the life of an event organizer.
Oh yeah.
To put together an event expecting that Charlie people will show up is not easy. And hearing from you guys saying that you've not even made you, like you said, break even.
We only take pleasure in the fact that people showed up. You made them laugh. So George Quay gave me this advice. He said, even when you have 20 people, make sure that they get what the money they paid for. At the end of the day, they will take the message out there that you missed out on a lot, because when we went, it was a great show, and they'll bring more people to the show, regardless of the numbers.
If we were getting sponsors, usually and George has been into this for a long while. Usually, sponsors help to offset some of the bills you make. Into your billboard that okay, this person is taking care of my bill. So
like 4 billboards or 5 billboards for you sorted.
And Ghana now, if you want to do a show and want people to show up, they need to see that you are investing in your show.
Exactly.
Even you can't promote your show when you are outside Ghana.
No.
It happened for me, Ghanaian by card. I was in Rwanda doing a show, and then I was promoting it online. The turnout wasn't as much as the one before. So you have to be on the grounds. You have to pay for publicity. You have to put up billboards. You saw billboards of Lexi. I was competing with politicians' billboards because it was election time.
You did better than LPG.
Akwalu or no? Yeah, I'll laminate the poster.
The
for next 4 years. You poster say for sponsorship.
Political party is
so a lot goes into it.
Senior most Akpalu.
Or say vendors.
Vendors call.
Starboy.
Continue.
So yeah, we are. If we had sponsorship, but I didn't say sponsors. No. I don't know what has happened to the Ghanaian sponsorship pool for like a while now. For the past 5 years, I end the starting a show there. You be share Bobby, a baby Drew Hono, and I think maybe government now about power. On easy up on beverage, alcoholic beverage bill. No, I don't know how they will do it, but there should be even for betting. These sports betting apps are ready to like sponsor, but I don't know. There should be that baby. I remember I was hosting a show at a point in time for a drinking company, and the monies I was giving out to people, like we are fraud now, pay 10,000 cedis.
Yeah.
And every episode we were giving like 10 people 10,000 cedis.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we ran like 10 episodes. So like 100,000 an episode was just going out because the money is there. But almost say man found question celebrity bias. I think there should be better measures. The Western world, they are doing that. Celebrities are endorsing this, but you need an ID. You need personal identification before you can purchase alcohol. You need personal identification because other than that, and we need sponsorship because shows Slim,
Obi.
I was also be too kind.
Obi.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, I'm in lazy.
So
First time I
hold
remember.
on. I went online. Somebody said it's Robert Clark speaking tree.
This is not Robert Clark. This is Obi Clark.
Continue.
Yeah, Lexi and I decided we have to put our feet in our own hands. So we went to South Africa. We went to go and explore the South African comedy.
At your own cost.
At our own cost. We went. We any idea who Bata Nabil Kaka Nabil Alasa,
Big
senior
shout
man.
out. Yeah.
We went with him, and then immediately we got there, started getting these spaces. Nabil talks to somebody, he plugs you, you go perform at this comedy club, like a lot. And all of this was our own money. We went to the United States when with the help of Ghana Tourism Authority.
Mr. Jiman.
Yes. After that, like getting there, flight, everything was on our own. But we valued the experience we were going to get. And so the monies that we will get from maybe the corporate shows that we play, we rather invest those monies in ourselves. And when it is time to also organize our own shows, we have to find these monies to put back in these shows. So it's a lot going on. The shows that people show up, and then even gate fee 100 cities cried is. And so you see people saying 300 cedis. Charterhouse was charging 300 cedis, and that was the fairest amount we could. If we had our own way, we should charge, because looking at the Ghana money, 300 cedis is the way like you can even get close to breaking even. So I think the problem of sponsorship and these those who have the monies to sponsor not being allowed to
enter into certain territories,
cushion celebrities. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know whether today is the right time to touch on this, but with regards to the sponsorship bit, I don't mind if a company would want to give me 150,000 on paper, and whoever is facilitating the deal is taking 20%. But if you are giving me 150,000 and the money that is coming to me is like 30,000, but the company knows that they gave me 150,000, so they are expecting a 150,000 production. And I will do the show. Sometimes you do the show because the sponsor told you that I will give you 150,000, and you know that at the end of the day, whoever is splitting the money with you will give you like 100,000. So you go and hire logistics and everything. Then after the show, you now reach out to chairman, boss, give me the 100,000. They're like, oh, Charlie, I foresaw this person, and then they bring you 20,000, 15,000, 20,000. You are not being fair to me. So I did all these things for the company, only for you to give me like.
I get where you are coming from.
That's just a tough one.
Mr. Quay,
Yes,
you've been running this for a while now, and I've had you on this platform. You've spoken at length about tax and the pressure, the challenges that it puts on event organizers. Personally, let me ask you this. Have you ever recorded a profit in any of your events before?
Closest we came was to break even, and that was with the gods are not to blame after 13 runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who.
Yeah, we did 13
Really,
runs.
like I talk some that is.
No, because me, I calculate your profit too.
Yeah.
Say hey.
13 runs. After we did 13 runs, and the closest we came to was to break even. Now, let me tell you the problem with theatre.
Bruh. Ade.
So I must say press on.
Ube, interview
What
announcement.
TV need do?
Ayo TV.
I need to do my member.
So after 13 rounds, rounds of the play, when we did our math, we realized that, well, we did not make profit, but at least we broke even.
Interesting.
Now, what happened? You see, people also, you were calculating profit. When you were calculating, you should calculate expenditure too. The gods are not to blame. The setup alone, and every time that sword lit fire, and then the key, the difficulty with theatre, why it's even more expensive than the comedy shows, is the days of rehearsal. Gods are not to blame had like 200 people, averagely. Imagine rehearsing for 3 months with 200 people.
That was a big production.
Every day, minus Saturdays and Sundays, Monday to Friday, continuously for 3 months. At every rehearsal, you'd have to feed them. You'd have to get water.
Wow.
One feed, some small chops near there. And then water, because you're keeping people for like 3 hours.
And
every
acrobatics
day.
for no so
Acrobatics
they-
for
Oh,
no-
yeah,
They eat.
At the cost of venue.
Oh, no, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. The rehearsal venue has to be paid for. That is one. Where you are rehearsing, you have to pay for that as well. Then when you finish, when you come to production day itself, Christ. Now, here are the elements. You're looking at set. You're looking at costume. You're looking at light. You're looking at sound.
Security.
The gods are not to blame had LED screens to play the clouds and all those things. You're looking at security. You're looking at ashes. You're looking at feeding on the production venue, because you are doing 2 shows each day. So you have to feed them at least twice, because call time is like 9, 10 a.m. Because when they come, you have to
them
run
down.
through. And the production day feeding is not the same as rehearsal
No,
feeding.
it
Because
has to be
production
rich.
day feeding is not even about rich. It's larger.
Yeah.
Because now you have to feed your security.
Security.
You have to feed your
Protocol.
ashes. You have to feed protocol. You have to crew. Everybody who's part of the crew has to be fed. So that's a lot of feeding. And that's a lot of water.
Miscellaneous.
You understand? So multiply this by 20. No, did I say 26? Yeah, we did 13 rounds. So multiply by 26.
6 shows.
So it is not easy at all. And at every show, you have the GRA there at the gate.
21.9.
They will take it and even take on complimentary tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to pay the
gift
gift tax. Now, what we have been saying is that Yenka said we don't want to pay a toll. We don't want to pay taxes.
Toward the yeah.
We have not said we don't want to pay taxes at all. When you go to a country like England, you go to the UK, London to be specific, there's something they call the Theatre Relief Fund. Yeah. The Theatre Relief Fund. And that fund is there to support theatre practitioners. So far as 25% of your expenditure is, you spend it in London. So your carpenter is not coming from Nigeria or South Africa. Your carpenter, you're getting them from London. You're getting your wood, your whatever. You're getting your sound. Your 25% of your cost is spent in London.
You're eligible for
There's eligible 40% of claim that you can claim. And that is when you are a moving theatre. You know, there's theatre that travels. They move from here, they go here, they go here. But when you're stationary, you can get up to 45%.
That's a refund.
Yes.
And London
That's the
Theatre
Theatre
is
Relief
huge.
Fund. And London Theatre is big.
I
It's
went
a
to
big
see a
deal.
reporter in London.
Yes, it's a big deal. Yeah. Which theatre? Do you remember the name?
No, I don't remember.
Was
the
it?
name,
But was it at the Covent Garden?
Yeah. Snap cinema.
I think I would. It was like 80
Because the
pounds.
Covent Garden has about 9 theatres. And you know the good thing
Yeah,
about
there
them
were
is
a lot
that
of that.
there is no one play that you get ticket cost. You have to go online because the seats are manifest. You
Yeah.
pay based on where you are sitting. Yeah, the cheapest seats are usually the ones closest to the stage. The place where our VIPs in Ghana like to sit.
What's the reason?
Oh, because you don't have the best view. In theatre, when you're close to the stage, you don't have the best view. Okay, go a little to the back, middle. You have a better view. Yeah, you appreciate it better. you don't have the best view. The
you
best
want to
view at the
really
National
enjoy, you have
Theatre,
to
for
enjoy from
instance,
the back.
is where the crew usually sit, that line in the middle there. Will give you the
Sometimes
best
even
view.
if you're on the first.
On the first floor. Yes, the first floor. You have
It
a
costs a
great
lot
view.
to be there.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very expensive.
No, in terms of view.
In terms of view.
Yeah. So outside, the seats are manifest, and yes, that was a national call to go and see a play recently because there's some work we're trying to do there this year. So as part of the reason, she had to go. She paid £150 to watch Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Not the Tina, a play called Tina Turner about Tina Turner.
I don't mean to catch you, but those plays, like when you watch them,
You realize we are joking.
there's a swimming pool on stage, like it, and the audiovisual, like the audio, you are scared, like
it hits you.
It's just
That now
beautiful.
they call it property because the auditorium has been built for that.
For that.
All the elements, the stage. It's not like kakra ni breaky commercial. So no.
Built solely for that
It
play.
goes there. That goes.
And some guy that can pull something.
No. It
The
goes
stage
round.
they move. This is a stage move.
The stage-
Another stage
yes,
comes.
it's coming. It's just rotational.
That was
It works. It's been built for that purpose. So there's the theater relief fund. Now, what we are saying here is that it's not that we don't want to pay tax, but listen to the conversation from these young, hard-working gentlemen. Do we want them to become thieves? Do we want them to become armed robbers? Why should they be doing this for so long and still count losses? So it means if Robert Clark does not call them to come and do a performance at Unilever Lux launch, or George Quay does not call them to come and do something for this brand somewhere for them to charge and get paid, how are these gentlemen going to survive?
If they decide to mount their own
Yes.
stage at the end of the day, they're going to lose.
Yes. Now what's happening is that their performances, their own shows, is just an advertisement of their brands. It's just to let corporate Ghana know what they can do.
Yeah.
That's all, because they are not generating any revenue from it. It's just adverts.
Yeah.
They are not generating in. It is for Robert Clark to know that if you want a comedian for the 1,000 Live series, a day, because Robert will attend the shows to scout. Just like any football manager would travel somewhere to go and watch a game to scout talents. When I was with Robert at Charterhouse, that's what I was doing. If I go that's how come after his show I went to kneel by him to say, Charlie, I need you, because I had just scouted a talent. That's what we do.
So I agree with Nili now.
Yeah.
No,
Now we have two confirmations.
Let's go for it.
Let's go for a quick commercial break.
That would patch up.
So really,
The tax banter, because I behave.
so if we're doing so much, and you see the sad part, you heard them speak about another thing called venue.
Yeah.
We know, and nobody here is fighting the GRA. Nobody in this room. We understand the GRA. The GRA is like
The man who's ready to fight, he did here,
The
so
GRA,
we'll call him very soon.
GRA is like theirs is collect the money, put it in the consolidated fund. They are following instructions as a robot. No offense, we don't have a problem with that. We want the conversation to go beyond them, because look at it this way. Let's even assume this 21.9% that you are taking from me, you are taking it, and then I want a venue. I don't have to fight for it. When I get to the venue, the air conditioners are working. The bathrooms, the washrooms are not stinky.
These are the
They
benefits.
neat. The chairs are comfortable. Look, the chairs are. It's not like me. Sorry, I have to be careful because there's some metal in the front there that can scratch and spoil my dress, my trousers or something.
No mosquitoes.
You understand? No mosquitoes in the place. It is not like you go there and the venues are there. It's assured. Look, when you rent a venue in the UK, it comes with security. It comes with almost everything.
Yes.
But here, I rent the venue. I now have to take care of my own security.
Yes.
Because if you leave it to the security of the venue, their family and friends will occupy your best seats. Security, so Obi be so boy me security. When I beba, from Mafia account. Mafia sana down for no. Money Munfa gates na wait you on major now. They will all enter.
Sometimes you have to rent the forecourt. Like I was told,
Yeah.
you get
The foyer.
Yeah, you get
you
the
have
auditorium
to-
alone. You have to
you
rent
have to pay for the front.
separately.
Yeah.
That's the National Theatre.
No, conference center.
Conference center.
Yeah.
Conference center, you can get the
You can get the
Men-
auditorium.
But you can't get the front.
Except that somebody might have rented the no.
Let's
The forecourt.
let's break
Somebody,
this one
if somebody had rented the forecourt, you might not get the main hall.
So you can do.
coming hall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand. So,
Yeah.
how is that possible?
Nti obeso all rented,
So you have
that's
to
all
pay.
rented forecourt, I rented main hall. So.
You have to, if you pay for the main hall, you have to rent the forecourt too, because the forecourt is an event center for them as well.
But all rented forecourt. Ni all use main hall own access. Nti ono that day ni use
In other words, they have different rules of engagement there. You want to rent our main hall, rent it. If there's not, you are not doing anything with the forecourt, you don't have to pay for it. It means your people can just pass and go in. But what it also means is that if somebody wants to rent the forecourt for that day,
Like,
So how do patrons get access to the main hall?
they pass through the
So
forecourt.
pray that nobody uses the forecourt. Pray that nobody uses the forecourt that night. Interesting, eh?
the red carpet.
So you see,
Show some love.
and then one other venue that I thought was a very good venue. It's been shut down since 2017. State House Banquet Hall.
Oh, banquet hall.
Munye. You understand? And not everybody can afford a Grand Arena
Yeah.
or Palms
UPSA.
or UPSC Auditorium or
Bukum Arena.
Bukum Arena or the big one around the church one, Oil Dome.
Oil Dome.
Not everybody can rent these venues because the cost will align you properly.
yeah.
You understand?
If you write to a hotel for a venue,
Not everybody
They
can
send you
go to a hotel.
A dollar rate.
Yeah, they send you a dollar rate card. Not everybody can rent these venues. And you see, we keep talking about broadening the tax bracket. But this man has a show coming up at Legon Drama Studio. Maybe because it's a student institution, the tax people will not go there. I don't think they come there. Because the student, it will be seen as a student's production and all that. You understand me? You understand? But imagine if in one weekend, Fifi were having a production maybe at National Theatre, Obi is at Conference Center, Lexi is at State House Banquet Hall, George Quay is at Bukum Arena, Robert Clark is doing some dance something at another venue. This one is also at this venue. This one is at, do you know how much tax you can generate?
You get to make more.
You get to make more. And it doesn't have to be 21.9% or whatever. Or for me, the biggest part of the conversation is sit with Obi when Obi is done. Or find a way that when Obi is designing his show, you would have a rep that is a part of it. So you can see all the cost elements. Because when I do a show today, or Robert will testify to this, there's something called withholding tax. Every single artist that you book for your show, you pay withholding tax on that artist. That's one. When you are done, the stage that you are renting, the
Service
check,
providers.
you are paying a tax. Then when I finish, I come and pay. It's
Tax.
not
Crazy.
Slim, if we can, let's bring the thing, like we've spoken about the industry and the challenges in general. But I
Robert,
think we should
kindly speak into the
highlight-
microphone.
Let's highlight the three key things that I think is basically on the lips of everybody. The first one is there's something called tax inputs, which affects your tax outputs.
Okay.
You understand? So it's when you rent stuff, ideally, the tax value, what we shouldn't pay. What we can pay are the charges. Like when you take the 6%, you can pay the 6% on it. Those levies.
Yeah, the levies,
Yeah. Yes. So we should pay that. So that what you don't pay for.
what it means, like
is
the COVID
is
levy,
COVID
like
levy,
that
the
levy,
NHIL,
the
So that you
all
don't
those
pay
ones.
the VAT. Why? Because at the end of the day, you end up paying for. The VAT. So that will automatically reduce the cost of rentals because every event organizer pays a lot on the elements of the things that they are renting.
Yeah.
You understand? It's the rentals that make the events really.
Yes.
You understand? So if we are able to drop that, then that would help.
Okay.
That's one. Two, then the complimentary tickets. Because it's impossible for somebody to sponsor you and then you, as part of the deal, you are supposed to even give, let's say, 50 or 100 tickets. Then you are still going to pay
taxes on
it.
on the ticket.
Do you get me? Because it's part of the deal,
Yes.
if you understand what I'm saying. So that is where we need to be able to look at. And then the third part is the fact that we need tax incentives, not tax rebates. Rebates that you've paid, and then they'll go and pay you back.
Yeah.
But we have the difficulty is that we are not even able to get the money. So that you say, oh, I've finished paying, so pay me back. No, it go hard. So what we are actually asking for is the incentives. And incentives, they come in different ways.
Okay.
So either subsidies or holidays or or something, on certain projects.
Yeah.
On certain projects,
You can even say December as part of this December, whatever experience throughout
happened
December.
in
Whoever
December
is
too.
doing it.
just to
Robert,
be,
school me on this.
just to be
You know
able
that
to
they are
engineer
private.
a lot of activities within the space. Because you see, when COVID hit hard, and some companies, some industries have still not recovered yet. Reality, the people that suffered the most is those of us who feed on advertising, like what do you call it, sponsorship budget to be able to do programs. And if the companies are not in position to be able to sponsor, then it means that it's difficult for you to break even or even make any form of profit on it. You understand? So if that is the hardest hit we are talking about, then you realize that anybody organizing and willing to start any of these projects, because you see, everything that these guys are doing, that is entrepreneurship you are supposed to be engineering and supporting.
Exactly.
Because anytime they organize an event, security is employed, insurance is employed, venue gets money, catering gets money, radio stations get money,
People are inspired.
people who create adverts whatsoever, like the value chain is huge. You understand? TV stations get money, what's the name, fashion industry gets on and on and on. Transportation, anytime an event is organized, anytime an event is organized, you understand? So what you need, so what you want to be doing is to enable anybody who is in the space who has the business front. And I'm not just speaking about the creatives. I'm speaking about the businesses within the creative industry. If you empower them, you are empowering an entire industry. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you what you want to do is to enable them to be able to enable them to thrive. Once they thrive, they carry everybody along. And that's exactly what we're asking for. So for me, these are the areas I want us to be able to dwell on and address.
Well, Robert, school me on this. I'm picking information that if a brand or if a company sponsors an event, they also pay tax on the sponsorship amount. Is that true? Have you heard of?
So what happens is that for a company, a corporate organization, you have corporate tax you pay, which deals with your total revenue or income that you've had over there, like at the end of the year, so to say. So at the end of the day, if it's revenue,
so you count an element of that as well,
Actually,
right?
wait,
Is it?
No, yeah.
You've had.
I've had sponsors that when the money came and I was signing for it, their tax is there. They were holding tax from the money. So I'm sponsoring you for 100,000 Ghana cedis, and when I was signing, I signed for 90 or 80 something, and it's there. They will tell you it's there. Yes, on it as well. Wow. Slim, let me. Not a.
If anybody has been affected by taxes,
I would say
this young man here.
I would say God is in control.
We're in the pod.
But please, just to wrap up.
Just to wrap up.
No, one last line. We are not saying we don't want to pay taxes.
Exactly. At all. No,
We don't want to always
I mean, we are paying.
We are paying. We must pay. We need to keep paying. Yes. What we are saying is that can we have conversations about some of these things so that it's easier for us to encourage and engineer more business activity, especially for the young ones who are coming into the space. And when I say young, I'm not talking about age. I'm referring to young in terms of business, just to encourage, Yeah, but we need to include him. So that's what we are saying. Now, Fifi, please.
Oh my! I've had a show that maybe 15 or 20 minutes before I get on the show, I get a call from Jerry.
That thing freaks you out.
And then, so first thing was, I should come and sign some letter B before the event starts because they want to be there. And I was like, I'm about to go on stage. I am backstage. Any of my staff out there is authorized to sign that letter. They said, no, they want me. And I said, I am not available to come and sign nothing. So how do we handle that? Then we'll call police and have to stop the show.
Right.
Wow. I've had a show. I owed them before the show. And then they called in just for the show. I said, okay, fine. I get why you want to call me now because you know I'm about to, in your head, I'm about to cash in. Yeah. So, or cash out, whatever it is. So, whatever it is. So, come and pay this little or else we are bringing police to your event. And I was like, that threat that is coming from your unit is what I have an issue with right now, right? I have spent money, all that George mentioned, how the little elements, everything to the day of the show. And you are telling me that you're going to bring a policeman to come and stand outside there. See, we all want to pay the taxes like everybody is saying here. No one wants to say, matter of fact, I just found out something from them as well. You can actually go on negotiation with them and pay
a flat
amount. Yes, which is what some learned people did, but they didn't teach us that way. Some very key people, they don't pay what we pay.
They don't even come to
Per
They
unit.
don't even come to the unit. They don't even come to the event. You wouldn't even see
They're
them.
not taxed per unit of a ticket.
Yes, no, they are not. Yes, paying of a ticket.
They've given them a flat rate.
A flat rate.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you don't even see them there. See, it is so embarrassing, right? When, God, like your VVIPs, whatever, are coming through, and then the taxi people are standing there. They're like, okay, like cancel. Say, what a ticket,
pen
like
and paper,
all of it. Like it's just. So these very, very people who have been in there for long, they clear them out of the space at all. You are not here. At the end of the play, this is how much I'm paying you. I'm not even paying you at the end of the production, at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. At the end of the year. So one of the things we are fighting for is that even though the law says we should pay after event, it's just like how you get your tax rebate. Like they don't give you at the end. They give you at the end of the year. They put everything together, and most companies will pay their taxes at the end of the year. So let's say you came to all my 4 shows in a year at the National Theatre, right? And you have your whatever it is. At the end of the year, there's how much you owe in taxes or whatever it is. This is how a system laid out for you to pay. Should you not have the bulk sum of money to pay me, you do not threaten me to say you will shut down my company because of ABS. There are these things there. There are communication ways you can communicate all these things to people for them to understand. This is how the tax thing works. Like you're saying, Jerry is just doing their work. They keep saying it's a policy. It's been signed. Parliament has approved, blah, blah, blah. So whenever no matter how hard you fight, everything we are saying here to cut, they will tell you it has to go to Parliament.
I've had that conversation with them.
The minister,
Yes.
member of parliament, to push a private member's bill on our behalf.
Yes.
So that this can open a conversation. And what breaks my heart is that they keep hearing us. We've been shouting every day. We hope that this is about the largest number of people in the industry that we could have in parliament, or
I
it
know, I
didn't
think we
all
have like
fly,
5.
I think
yeah.
the ninth parliament
yeah.
is.
So
it
we
has to
pray that one of them
We'll pick
could
it up.
table this. Maybe we ourselves also need to lobby someone
Yeah,
and have this sponsored. You
Yeah,
know,
so
that
my
we can,
question is-
we can
We
get it
also
through.
wait.
Yeah.
Let me just throw it around. Okay. So that's another thing, another area. This is the policy thing, right? Here is one of the things that really bothers me sometimes, right? There are shows that we don't do for ourselves. We do shows that is not for profit for company, not for image, not for not for Fifi Common Productions. We're doing a show. We say someone like Professor Awuno. We're doing a show. We are saying that we are honoring the first female vice president of the country, whatever it is. That's who the show is for. Technically, that show is for her and her staff. Everyone she wants to invite, whatever, just to come and to honor a person of importance, that credibility in Ghana, celebrating ourselves, whatever it is. Then you are there and you are saying that I don't care how much you spent on whatever, I'm still taking my 20, whatever.
They're still there doing this.
Yeah.
Yes, they're still doing this, counting the whole thing, right? I tried even another strategy where you don't do complimentary tickets, you do invitation letters.
That's what I heard now. That's what I was told to do. Marina. I should do it for free. Let people enter and then take donations. They don't tax donations. I was like, okay.
You
We are
understand
trying
what
them
I'm
this
saying?
time.
They need to identify what the show is and the merits of the show to do
Yeah.
whatever it is that we're doing. As part of what we've been talking about, the all year round, what do we call it?
The Black Star
The Black
Experience?
Star Experience thing, right? No, we are saying that, okay, fine. If I am part of the Black Star Experience and the idea is that the government wants to engineer all of this all year round tourism, all year round activity and all of those things, if I am selected, my company is supposed to produce something for that, what happens to that?
I have questions really.
Feel free.
I just want to move a part of the conversation forward. So Fifi, you've had engagement with them.
Yes.
George, you've had engagement with them. We all have. You've all had engagement. How about we calling for a meeting together? Not just us, but anybody within the space. And then having, because you see, when we were speaking, it was like there are arrangements to certain people. And they don't necessarily pay at a particular point or like immediately after.
By the way, are not official.
Oh.
A lot of them are okay. That is not what the law says the GRA should do. To some of them, it's like a favor they are doing the industry, and bringing it here, Accra might even close those doors for other people. You understand? Because the official thing, be there, count based on whatever, and then and then we take it. So
let me just carry this.
So
forward.
yeah, but where you're going? It's been done on various platforms.
Yeah,
We've
maybe
engaged them.
we need to keep going.
I think
Because
it's a
think
minister
that-
we need to talk to.
You know, because
Somebody
the
needs to
last
table
time
it.
the last time we had a conversation on Joy with Kwame Dazi and one of the reps, I think what the lady mentioned was that they need that insight to understand our space and understand it from our perspective as well, and to be able to understand it from whatever pain we are discussing.
So which rep are you talking about? The GRA rep?
Yeah, you know. So and again, for me, I think that I'm at a point where when we discuss a
Understand
particular,
you or not.
I know they care because
Understand me or not?
I need to help and someone now you the cat straight with So I'm at a point where when we have conversations about these things, I immediately want us to move it forward in the right direction, sort of like have the right stakeholder engagement.
But-
Do you understand what I'm
But
saying?
Robert, who does it sit with respect to it? Does it sit with the GRA, or we need a
So
higher?
I believe the GRA has the mandate to be able to do educational sessions with the stakeholders. Every institution that engages stakeholders should be able to do that. I believe they have a mandate to do that. However, no. That they don't have to explain.
Okay,
No, I believe they have
No,
an
the explanation, I think we have a fair idea.
we have a fair idea already.
But what I'm saying is this. Yeah, I get it. But what I'm saying is that I believe they have that to do. However, we also owe it to ourselves to, after a point, having announced exactly what the pain is, to also have a stakeholder conversation with these folks. And we need to be able to do that. I will be surprised if after a month we haven't made a move and we still keep talking. Then it means that we are happy with complaints and not happy with solving the problem.
I think that's the
So
same
what
thing.
I'm saying is that after a month, maximum, we should have engaged. If we haven't engaged, then if we are talking, then it means that we just enjoy talking. You know that. No, because the people are there.
Hold on, Robert, I think what you're saying, to assume. However, I think, and in line with what you're saying, we should probably just wait for Minister Designate to go through her vetting. Yes, Honorable Abla Jifa to go through her vetting, and then once she officially takes office, we figure out ways to rally these various organizations, Event Planners Association of Ghana, whatever, the leadership of these organizations, because we all can get up to go and meet her.
I think we
The
can have the
leadership of
first
these
meeting,
organizations,
if possible. I think we should have that meeting.
with the GRA.
Yes,
and
and
that's
get-
what I'm saying.
I'm
That,
coming.
Robert,
And
maybe you
then-
haven't been a part
no,
of it.
and
There
then
have been
come.
a lot of those meetings.
Okay,
That
so
one, there have been a lot of
When
it.
I went there, they told me that they've had like numerous meetings with like all the institutions that are within the
See,
entertainment
I
industry.
would want that. What do you think they will say? You know, whatever you are going to present to the minister, so to say, if the meeting should come off, it should be inspired. Like so, the last meeting we had, this is what they said. So this is the current position.
Okay, so Robert,
Then you can share that.
Let me chip in there. I think when George was on the floor, he made mention of the fact that GRA comes across as an institution that has its core duties aligned, like straightforward, 21.9%. This is what we are supposed to do. When we pick it from the event ground, we are supposed to deposit it into our fund, and then there you go, simple and easy like that. I believe they can't engage stakeholders and, as it is, try to find ways to make it easy for
It's a human institution. Every institution can be engaged.
but they have the rules and regulations.
Yeah,
I think it's supposed to
I
be
think
21.9.
I think it's
Rules
more
were
like-
made.
I
Rules
think they are more
were
like,
made
for
men. No, not to be broken. But at the end of the day, the sensitivity of the people usually counts, and that is what we need to be able to get into. Because eventually, even if you say you want to change something, their expert opinion must be shared, because they are law enforcers. They are enforcing what has been decided. But if they, in terms of change, at the point of change, also do not agree, then you have a question. You have a question mark. So we have to get to that point where they see exactly where we are coming from, and conversation is necessary. In fact, democracy, they are talking there. You know, if you take them out.
See,
You
Robert, let
have
me
to
give you a
engage.
scenario. You are saying that the guys who are doing the Abaye people, right? The Abaye people, I'm giving it like, the Abaye people meet with the market women, and the market women. And the market women say, okay, let's be the Abaye people and tell us we don't like what you're doing. We think we should do it this way. Then the Abaye people will go back to the police people and tell the police, say, okay, your question almost someone because of yeah. What I'm trying to tell you in this scenario is this, right? The GRA, I don't know whether you've heard that conversation before. They would even say, a favor at some point. Even yes. And they will tell you what they have taken out of that 21 when I walk na young fan can work by law no see the count.
When somebody says he's doing you a favor, it means that they are sensitive. It means that they empathize. But there is a law. So all I am saying is let's engage. If indeed the law says X and they are doing anything else, then they are really doing you a favor.
The point
So,
is this.
yeah,
The
so-
point is
so it means that at the end of the
no,
day,
no,
we want to move the conversation from having this
would we
conversation
engage?
because now we want to change the narrative.
Jerry.
Yes.
Oh, no, Jerry, I feel like
Let's
they
go
are,
as a
they are the
collective
police
and
to
engage.
taking their money. You cannot tell the police to change the law.
No, I understand, Robert.
The Constitution
Hold on.
tells them what to do.
What Robert is saying, Etoasum, what I'm saying is that there have been a number of engagements. What Robert is saying is that let's take it again from the very beginning. Let's re-engage. After re-engaging, we escalated to the minister that we engaged because naturally, when you go to the minister will say, so have you guys engaged the
spoken to
GRA?
the-
What was
yeah.
the conversation?
That's it.
Then you have something on paper to say, yes, we engaged them. This is the outcome of that meeting. They said A, B, C, D. It is out of their hands because that's exactly what they will say. That by law, it is not in their hands. It has to go to Parliament, and Parliament has to now say, henceforth, for this group of people, do A, B, C, D, E. Because if this administration wants this Black Star experience to work, we are the ones who are going to make it
I think
work.
we need a group to champion.
Yes, we are. That is why I suggested the leadership of the various comedian. You have a comedian association of Ghana. You have your president. There's this one. This one has a president. This one has that. You know, the leadership should come together and then have this conversation
If you
and
be
then
the
escalate it.
president.
Yes. You know, then because you see at the end of the day, and when I was making my point about all the various tax points, you know, you're doing withholding tax, or when you finish, you pay it all to the government. And then at the end of the day, you go and pay all this tax again, minus whatever. And all the equipment that you have rented, everything that you have done, you have paid taxes on it already. And I keep saying that sometimes they will tell you that, oh, we are not affecting your ticket. And that is where they are wrong. Okay. Because whatever you do at the end of the day will affect my ticket. Then they will tell you that, okay, so if your ticket is 150 cedis, put 20 cedis on it. That 20 cedis will cover the component of my 21.9%. Again, wrong. Because you see, those that patronize our sector patronize it on disposable income. Truth. If you increase the cost of petrol today from whatever it is, let's say petrol is 100 cedis per gallon, increase it to 1,000 cedis per gallon, we'll buy. Increase the cost of tomatoes to whatever, we'll still buy. Increase the cost of even rent, we still struggle and we still pay. But it is not the same with a comedy show by Obi and Ponsa or Lexi or a music concert by Charterhouse or whatever. No, I'll stay at home and
When
watch
will you put
TikTok.
it on
It is
YouTube?
very elastic.
Robert, are you getting my argument?
I get you. I think it's
You
not
understand?
even about disposable income because if you don't have the money, you don't have the money.
No,
Disposable
there are
income,
two
yes.
things.
No,
There are things that if you don't have the money, you will look for the money.
let me even
because it is a necessity.
That's
That's what
good.
I'm saying. Ours is not a necessity.
Good. So it's
You
about
understand?
needs
It's
and wants.
not. That's the
So
whole
it's
point.
about needs and
You
wants.
understand? That is why we use what we call this. So let's go. You can carry the whole family. But what is important? If somebody is sick in your house, you can't say I don't have money, or they've increased the cost of paracetamol, so I'm buy. If you don't buy, you die. But it's not the same with not attending a concert. And that is why when you say I should add a 21.9% on my ticket component, that 21.9% can make Fifi Coleman say, oh, let's go at home and watch TV.
A lot of
Just that
people-
small. can make.
because of something called price sensitivity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You understand
Are the
me?
musicians complaining or they don't suffer? There's
No,
nobody.
They all
They're
complain.
complain.
They're complaining.
I don't know.
yeah,
2 years ago,
Do you know about tours that people organize and how much
2 years ago at Rapaholic, Kojo Poku nearly fought with a G. Very rare. And it was the same thing. The show had to start. There were challenges. I think screens also wasn't coming. The man was what he was the one in charge, and everywhere you pass, there was a GRA following. Sign the thing. Charlie, I just slap you.
I was there. They called me to plead for Lexi to come and pay them. Like, is your friend Lexi? I was like, yes. Can he come and pay? You can see him organizing another show. Then I called Lexi. Lexi was like, Charlie, last year, dear, no. This year. Not this year.
Oh man. In fact, we're hard pressed for time. 3 minutes deep into 10. We have to, unfortunately, end the conversation this morning. I'd like to thank our people in the studio. Man like Fifi Coleman, who was ready to, in fact, beat somebody. We're not going to mention the person's name. Mr. George Quay.
He no beat anybody.
He said he will beat
No,
somebody.
he was just I beg.
I hear. But somebody, we don't know the person.
The beating stuff. They be joking. You know, be like beat us in speed. No, be like.
I mean, if
us
you
in
should beat
physical.
You should beat your own meat.
Maybe, oh.
like music or Bobby. So
Their own beat.
Me and Sambo should be at one of the year.
Yeah, that's true.
But Phoebe has a production coming up, by the way. When is the production?
And a 12 more emre.
I have a production coming up. Yeah, 5th to 9th February. Drama Studio, University of Ghana, The Sudden Return. Martin Owusu, an old glory one. Good old money. Money, Sikadru. Come. Watch some.
And then this Friday, our brother Chief Moment has got the Mansa World. Yes, it's coming up at the National Theatre. Trust me, it's something else you don't want to miss.
and then on the 1st February we have the Ghana Dance Industry Awards. Y'all are all invited.
Oh, you are coming.
Yeah, you know, we got to take it.
Will you give us fun as plugs? Like,
And
First of all, I'll give you invitations. Not tickets.
so Slim, next week Saturday to Obi and I, we are doing nothing.
So nothing awards.
absolutely nothing.
No.
Robert, have you opened nominations yet?
Okay, so this is more honorary.
Honorary, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this year's the Ghana Music Awards is honorary.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ghana Music Awards.
Yeah, I'm talking about
Dance.
Telesol. No, sorry. I was saying they've opened nominations for Ghana Music Awards.
Yeah,
Ghana
the
Dance
call for
Industry
entries, call for submissions for the Ghana Music Awards. That's the Telecel Ghana Music Awards this week. It begins this week.
God can promise to be artist of the year.
Well, I'm rooting for Stonebwoy. But
Yeah, I mean,
Kim Paluta.
Yeah, me too, Paluta.
no, Song of the Year could most likely go to Kim Paluta. At least he has 2 banging songs from last year, and I think it's.
He had more than 2.
He had more than 3. He had 3 banging songs. So I think Song of the Year is a no-brainer.
And
I'll be
Artist of the
shocked
Year
if
too.
Song of the Year does not go to Kim Paluta. But for Artist of the Year,
Artist of
unless
the
the category
Kim Promise.
definition has changed,
Don't
I
worry.
think it's
Gospel
Stonebwoy.
artist
But
too.
people are
I
also saying
think
David.
brother Sammy.
They're saying who?
David.
For what? Song of the Year or Artist of the Year?
Song.
Song of the
Sifia will take.
Akakakra.
Akaka.
Sifia over
Definitely was strong, but Akakakra.
Sifia over definitely.
over 2.5.
Well, Ghana Dance Industry Awards happening on the 1st of February, and I'm picking Best Alternative Dance. They've actually sent me my invite, and
You're
I'm
picking what?
Best Alternative Dance.
What is
That
Lexus Bill picking?
No, I'm doing
the
layers.
same
You know
category.
layers.
Yeah,
You know layers.
Robert, sorry, somebody mentioned, in the year under contention for the Telecel Ghana Music Awards, the groups really came out. And you don't have Group of the Year anymore.
No, we don't have group of the year because what we said was that it wasn't competitive.
No, last year was
Oh
competitive.
yes. So what we are
So
saying
is it coming
that
back this year?
once we have the board says that as soon as there is any indication that it's competitive enough for it to be, considered, why they'll do that.
Yeah, rapper,
So
rapper,
it's not really an
rapper,
issue.
Kweku.
Yeah,
Then-
rapper,
because I think for Song of the Year, the biggest competition for Kim Paluta will probably come from Dope Nation.
Aha, so the open nation
Yeah.
is also there.
Yeah.
Zomizo, big one. No, this year's
Last year,
Most popular song
Yeah,
of the year.
let's
It
go.
go hard. It go
Man,
hard.
hey,
No, Song of the Year will be the hottest category this year.
Yeah.
Song of the Year will be very competitive.
You go-
Because
you go-
Diffie Diffie is also.
Don't worry, you see me on stage. You see me.
That one came in a bit late. That one came in. Nano came in a bit late, but Zomizo and the Kim Paluta songs and Diffie Diffie.
And the Lomo Lomos.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be having more discussion here on Daybreak Hits. My name is DJ Slim. A billion thanks to our production. Shouts going out to you, Paul, Mr. Hagler, and to our sponsors, Betway, Cowbell Coffee, Bigo, Flavored Drinks, ITEL, AAT, Dewa, Far, MTN, everywhere you go, Soccer Bet, EcoBank. Up next is Music Box with Mr. Hagler. My name is DJ Slim. God willing, tomorrow is another day here on
Hits FM 103.9. Are you ready to rep your jersey? Get ready for the ultimate showdown on Saturday, May 31st, 2025. Hits FM brings you Rep Your Jersey.
Upgrades are nice, but stepping up is woohoo! Because when you upgrade with GoTV, we'll step you up to the next package. Upgrade today to get more than more with Step Up, where if you're on GoTV Plus and upgrade to GoTV Max, you'll get even more with GoTV Super. Get big value, get big entertainment, get stepped up to even more with GoTV. Upgrade today on the My GoTV app or visit GoTVAfrica.com. Terms and conditions apply. Offer ends 31 March 2025.
Then, before dropping it off, she asked me,
So when am I seeing you?
I don't know. Next time I won't be paying for your shopping, though.
Why not?
Because I don't like girls who give a guy conditions before giving them her number.
Wow. I gave you conditions.
Didn't you?
So now me baby now buy you.
And wasn't I also minding my own damn business before you showed up at the mall looking this sexy? What was I to do? Go home dreaming about you in my sleep when I